Leaks are one of the biggest things in the underground rap scene. Some of the biggest names in the scene, and even some that have risen to mainstream level, have grails that are leaks. Now, whether it's a song that couldn't be cleared due to a sample or just leakers doing their thing, leaking rappers' musics, leaks are gonna get out at a pretty consistent rate, especially in the underground scene. And in some instances, they are throwaways or songs that artists just haven't finished or haven't mixed properly, so they were just kind of left in the vault. And in other cases, it could be really good songs that just never got released officially. Now, some rappers get leaked way more than others, and some others only get like a few a year or maybe a few a month. But even those small amount of leaks still make for really great songs. And that's what we're gonna go over in this video. Today, we're gonna be reviewing underground rappers' best leaks. And I'm mainly gonna be focusing on underground rappers, but there are gonna be a select few kind of mainstream picks, mainly Playboi Carti and like the Opium group, because they were basically made from this scene, and they also have a very wide category of leaks. And I also do just want to clarify, most of these are my opinion, so I'm not going to be going off of the popularity of a leak, because a lot of people might prefer one leak over another, and that's completely fine, that's your opinion. But that doesn't mean if your favorite song doesn't show up on the list, does not mean I like it any less or it isn't good. This is just my personal opinion and my preference. But without further ado, let's move on to the first artist. Now, for the first artist, we're going to start off with Nettspend. And I know that Nettspend hasn't had too many leaks now, like this year. It's mainly been like snippets or whatever's going to come out on his next project, Early Life Crisis. And most of those Nettspend previewed himself, either through IG Live or giving it to one of his friends to preview, or however the case, it usually comes from Nettspend himself. But during the BAFK era, the lead up to his debut album, he had a good few amount of songs that he previewed and they actually leaked and they didn't end up making the official project. And one of my favorite leaks from that era is Slut Truck.
And I used to punch on the wall.
And Nettspend previewed the song himself on his IG Live, but it ended up never having an official release. And it's kind of surprising that Nettspend actually didn't release this song, because in the lead up to BAFK and literally in all his songs, he always mentions the Slut Truck. Now, do I know what a Slut Truck is? No. But the song is hard. Another very popular leak by Nettspend that a lot of people like as well is Biba Duba. Now, I might have said that wrong, but you guys know exactly what song I'm talking about. Now, this song is a very melodic type of flow from Nett, and it's not something that we really see a whole lot, especially on his released music. Nettspend seems to be more in that rage lane along with Osamason and Chay in them, but this is a nice kind of refreshing sound from him, and it's actually kind of a shame that it didn't get officially released. It also produces a different type of vibe from the producer OK. Overall, just a really good track, and I'm kind of sad that it didn't get an official release. And now, if I had to pick one more song that is my favorite leak by Nettspend, it has to be Slime Green.
I can't answer that call, my phone been jumping on my phone.
I say Slime Green's more from the 2023 going on to 2024 era, and it's more that old type of Nettspend flow. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you guys heard the song. But those are my favorite leaks by Nettspend. Maybe there's some I haven't heard before, so let me know those down in the comments if you guys have a different list than mine. But aside from that, let's move on to the next artist. Now, next up on the list, it's definitely going to be Chay. Now, I feel like Chay has a pretty big discography of leaks. Now, they're definitely talked about on other social media platforms like Twitter and whatnot, but definitely not to the same capacity that Osamason leaks or Carti leaks or Ken leaks are talking. Now, for my favorite leaked song by Chay, it's definitely gonna go to Before the Night Ends.
Everything is alright. We go dumb every night.
This was a leak going up to the release of Rest in Bass, and this is what I thought the initial sound of Rest in Bass was gonna be like before we actually heard what it was like. I'd say my favorite part about this entire leak is definitely the beat. It's heavy on the synths, but it's not too distorted with the 808s and the drum patterns and all that. And Chay's flow on it is really chill. I just like the vibe that this song is going for. And I think my favorite part about this entire thing is that it's available on Apple Music and it has yet to be taken down. Now, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed that it does not get taken down after like a couple months or whatever. But it's been up since it actually got posted. Now, for my second favorite leak from Chay, it's gotta be That's What Love Is.
Play. Say so. Say so.
And y'all probably heard of that leak too. It's really kind of popular on TikTok. I'm pretty sure this is from the Say So Says era, and it's powered by Ginseng. I hope I'm saying his name right. but he's a really talented producer. And I feel like it would have really fit the entire Say So Says project. I feel like it matches the vibe and the whole thing that Chay was going for with that album. So it's a real shame that it didn't officially get released, and now it's just kind of a SoundCloud exclusive. And now for my third and final favorite leak from Chay, it's gonna be Brush Your Teeth. And I think that one was a really popular one leading up to the release of Rest in Bass. I feel like a lot of people were expecting to see that song of all songs on that project. It would have been a nice single to release as well when he was going on that run when he released Love, Green Day, and whatever other songs he released. But yeah, just a shame we couldn't see some of those songs too. But that's gonna cover the Chay portion of this video. Let me know your guys' favorite Chay leaks in the comments, and we're gonna move on to the next artist. Now, next up is Osamason. And Osamason has so many leaks, like so many leaks I don't even know all of them except for the really popular ones and some I just found on my own. And before I go into my top 3 leaks about Osamason, it's definitely not gonna look like y'all's favorite because he just has so much leaked music. It's hard to give a definitive top 1 for all the fans. But for my top 1 on my list, it's definitely gonna be Beat It. Beat It was a song that was leaked during the Jump Out era, and I was really hoping it made the project. It would have really made that album so much better, and it's already my top 1 album of the year, but I feel like it really would have just made that album feel and sound complete. And to be honest, I really did think it would get released because not only was it leaked, but it also had a V1 and V2 version. So I feel like it definitely was gonna be released, but either something happened with Osamason or he just didn't feel like releasing it after both versions did get leaked. But I feel like there's still hope for this song because Osamason actually did tease it on his latest album, Psychotic. If you guys listen to that entire album, you know that there's a specific song, Worldwide, where at the end it kind of has like an interlude to Beat It. And Osamason and his team have really been teasing that entire song because Osamason changed his profile picture to Michael Jackson, which if you guys know, he has a very popular song called Beat It. And his manager Steph also posted, I think, a portion of the Beat It music video. So I feel like that there's a really high chance of it either getting released as a single, or if Psychotic is gonna have a deluxe, he could release it on the deluxe, or maybe just as a straight up single. You never know. But I'm really holding out hope for that one. I would love to see it get released. Now for my second favorite leak, it's gonna be King Tut. And I think that's from the Flex Music era, like either after or before it, because I wasn't really around when that one officially got released or leaked.
They like this. I spent 20 on my fit. I spent just a hit.
But I feel like that song's pretty much textbook Osamason. It's nothing crazy, but something about that song I just really enjoy. Now, unlike Beat It, this one it's never gonna get released. It's been too long since it got leaked, and Osamason's on a completely different sound right now. So this one's just gonna be a SoundCloud grill, but still a really good song by him. Now for my next favorite leak by Osamason, it's gonna be Flexin' Yeah, and it's produced by Perk 40. This song is more of his older sound, you know, like when he was initially coming up, where he had most of his songs produced by Perk 40. It's not too popular, but if you guys are a fan of Perk 40's production, paired alongside Osamason's vocals, I definitely recommend you guys go check that one out. It's nothing too crazy. It's not like a grill or anything. It's just like literally normal textbook Osamason and Perk 40, but it's really cool to me. And I'm actually gonna add a bonus one. This one's not really leaked anymore. It's actually officially released. But when this song was leaked, it was my favorite for a really long time. And that one just has to be Slime You Out. It's kind of a meme now with people singing the beat, but when that song was initially released, I was playing it non-stop. And that's one song I really wished it was on the official release of Jump Out. Like, I feel like it would have really made the project feel complete alongside the other song I mentioned. But we did actually get it officially released on the Osamason Grails EP, the one that the label kind of forced released. So I'm kind of glad that we got it now, but I really wished it was on Jump Out itself. But yeah, that was Osamason. Let me know your guys' favorite Osamason leaks in the comments, and let's move on to the last artist. And the last artist is gonna be none other than Playboi Carti, who has a crazy leaked discography. And the same thing with Osamason, he has such a big discography that my list won't be the same as yours, so, you know, that whole thing. Now for my favorite leak by Playboi Carti, this one, I'm actually gonna go more recent because I have favorite songs that are older by Playboi Carti that are never gonna get released. But this one I still have hope for, so I'm gonna put it at my number 1. And this is actually gonna be from the music / baby boy era that we're in right now, and it's gonna be Drugs Got Me Numb. And the beat for that song is so crazy, and I'm pretty sure it did get like fully leaked. I feel like would have fit music so well as either an outro or an intro. That was perfect. But yeah, I'm still holding out hope that we get that first version. Yeah, I'm hoping that we get Drugs Got Me Numb soon. Now for my next leak from Carti, it's gonna be We So Proud of Him or Tell, whichever one you want to call it. That's more like the Cash Carti era, and it's a really popular leak too, and it's very chill. Like that entire song is very chill.
Oh girl, look at him. Oh girl, look at him. Oh girl, look at him. Oh girl, look at him.
I'm pretty sure all of you guys have heard that leak before, but if you somehow have not, definitely go look into that because I feel like that's one of Carti's best leaks. And it's honestly a real shame that it didn't get an official release, but that could be said about all of the songs on this list. But still gotta say it specifically for this song. And for the next song on this list, it was a really popular song on TikTok. Like it had its whole trend, and sadly it never got released. And that song is Pissy Pamper featuring Young Nudie. And when I actually found this song, I was still in middle school. And in middle school, I didn't know about the whole culture of leaking and how stuff like that worked. So I was waiting for a really long time for this song to officially drop. But that day never came. As we know, it's now just like lost, not lost, but you know, like it's never gonna get released officially, and it's really just a grail in the entire Playboi Carti community. And now for my last song on this list, it kind of breaks the entire rules, but it's just such a good song. It's probably, and I said that about a lot of them, but this one's really my favorite Carti leak. Like it's even the background of this video if you guys heard it. It's gonna be Glock by Playboi Carti, and I know it's not a leak if you guys know anything about that song. It's actually a fan-made song, and I don't know where the official instrumental came from, but I love however they made that song. That song, if it was officially released, I feel like it would go crazy on any Carti project. It's one of my favorite songs ever. But yeah, that's my list of my favorite leaks. I'm most definitely gonna do a part 2 of this video, but let me know your guys' favorite leaked songs or any artists I should cover in the next video, or even your favorite song from any artist in this video, although I've told you guys that after every single section of this video. But I'm really glad that if you made it to this point, you enjoyed the video, obviously, and I hope that you guys subscribe and see me the next one. My IG is going to be in the bio, so if you guys want to talk to me personally, definitely go click that. And also, I'm going to make a Discord server soon, definitely soon, so that way I can talk to you guys more one-on-one. But yeah, that's Eli, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.